There's only one Tyson Fury. What's going on, old man? Thanks for tuning in. So Tyson Fury, man, names his next 4 fights. You know, saying Dillian White's next, man. AJ twice, once in March, once in the fall, and then Jazora. You know, so I mean, so he's looking to return to the UK against White. That's what he stated. So basically, what he's saying is that he's getting his license back in the UK. You know, for you guys that don't know, there's a reason why Fury doesn't fight in the UK. You know, it's because he lost his license there. But now he's saying he wants to have the Dillian White fight in the UK after the Wilder fight. If he manages to win, I mean, he sure sounds really confident in this next fight. And so he should, you know. I mean, the last fight against Wilder was a very one-sided fight, you know. Let's not get carried away, guys. You know, I know that Wilder has a puncher's chance, but the last fight that Fury had against him was a one-sided fight, you know. So he's confident that he's going to do that again. But yeah, what I noticed is that he said that he's weighing about 270, so it doesn't look like he's going to be putting on that 300 pounds, which is a good thing, you know. I mean, if it's not broke, then fix it, you know what I mean? You don't really need to put on more weight if you don't need to. The last thing you want to do, man, is be too slow, you know, or too heavy, you know. It's good to have a good weights where you're comfortable in, where your reaction time's faster. But what really got me thinking, man, about Fury was when he mentioned that after the Jazora fight, so he's saying 4 fights, and then he's saying, and then, man, I might take off 2 years, you know, take off 2 years and then come back later, man. You know, that's really concerning to me, you know, because Fury said things like, the MMA is, you know, is good, is a good sport, man. I wouldn't mind having a go at that. Let's have bare knuckle fights. Let's do another WWE fight, you know. So it makes me think maybe he's thinking about signing up to the WWE after next year. I mean, he's put a year on it. So he's saying that he wants all those fights within the next year. Another thing, you know, I mean, I don't blame him. He's been inactive for almost 2. So, you know, he's got to put those fights on. He's got to get those fights going, because, you know, he's in his prime at the moment, I believe. And you can't be too inactive, you know. That's what might catch him. That's what might make him lose the next fight, you know, because of inactive, trying to find his swing, man, and then getting caught on the right hand, you know, that could cause him to fight. So yeah, so he's saying after 1 year he wants to take off 2 years. I certainly hope that he doesn't. You know, the guy's still young, 32, 33, and he's only just gotten back into boxing. You know, he went into a depression spiral and all that, man. It seems like he's getting on track now. And, you know, him leaving the sport, you know, could set him back into depression mode. You know what I mean? Learning a new sport and all that. So I hope that he doesn't, that he was just being him, you know, like when I say just being him, you know, he's a character Fury, you know. Sometimes he sees things, but he doesn't really mean it, like you know, when he said, like, I'm the most devastating puncher in the division. He knows that he's not. You know, he knows that he's not. So let's see what happens with that, man. But most importantly, let's see what happens with this next fight. Let's see what happens with the next fight, man. I mean, it's definitely not an easy one for Fury. And we'll see what happens with that, man. We'll see what happens with that. But the good thing is that he is calling out Dillian Whyte, you know. And so Dillian Whyte might be the mandatory, like which I believe which would have happened anyway. You know, he's been shortchanged from the WBC for a long time now. So you know, Dillian Whyte deserves a shot at the title, man. Being promoted from Eddie Hearn for such a long time, man. You know, Anthony Joshua's had the belt for such a long time, and yet Dillian Whyte still hasn't got another title shot. You know, so let's hope that Fury sticks to his word. I mean, if he's mandatory, man, it doesn't matter what Fury says, you know. Regardless, Whyte will get a title shot. And I believe that's what will be the next fight. You know, I believe even if Wilder wins, he'll fight Whyte next. You know, the AJ fight is too much of a build-up, negotiations and all that, you know. I mean, you got to do the whole sanctioning thing again, man. You got to do the whole promoting thing again. You know, it takes more than 2-3 months to get that fight, you know, sealed. As you saw when Fury and AJ were supposedly meant to have a undisputed. It took about 6 months, you know. It's a huge fight. There's a lot of money involved, man. There's a lot of people that wants this and wants that, you know. The A side against the B side sort of thing, you know. It's hard to agree on a fight of that magnitude, you know, especially when you're greedy. So yeah, I see Dillian Whyte challenging either Fury or Whyte next. Sorry, Fury or Wilder next. My apologies. And that's great news, you know. I mean, pending if he pulls through his next fight, which is meant to be the 30th of October. Fury's saying let's have a fight in December. You know, that's another unlikely thing. You know, Dillian Whyte needs a lot of time for Fury. You know, 2 months won't cut it for Whyte. He needs a lot more time when fighting a guy like Fury, you know. But whilst you're going to see a replay of the Chisora fight, you know, when Fury just outclassed him, outboxed him, man, you know, taught him a boxing lesson. And, you know, basically, you know, made the referee stop the fight, you know. That's how bad it was. And that happened twice, you know. Chisora and Whyte are on similar levels. So Dillian Whyte needs a lot more time, you know. So, I mean, if Fury wins, I see the Whyte fight happening in say, maybe Feb, man. But we'll see what happens anyway, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this. And yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say, man. You know, it seems like Fury's going to be fighting in the UK again, man. So that's great news, man, you know. I'm sure the UK is looking forward to that. And with that being said, you know, that's probably where now the undisputed fight will be. You know, if he's saying that he's willing to fight in the UK in December, then that means that he's getting his license to fight in the UK, man, and they can have an undisputed fight in the UK against AJ if he gets past Wilder, you know. Because that's the only fight that really makes sense, you know, in that location. If you're having 2 Britain fighters, man, you got to have it in the UK. You know, it doesn't make sense to have it anywhere else. It doesn't make sense at all. Especially because AJ's a huge star in the UK, as well as Fury, you know. Obviously, AJ's, you know, got more fan base thing. But, you know, that's where they're from, guys. You know, it doesn't matter where your fans are, man. It matters where you're from when you're fighting for a championship, you know. That's where you should fight, in your own home ground, you know. You're doing it for more than yourself, man. You're doing it for your country, you know. And it's history, you know. So that's great news, you know. Fury seems like he's going to get his license back. I'm looking forward to the fight, man. You know, obviously I'm going to tune into the AJ Usyk won first, man. That one's coming up first. But yeah, Wilder Fury is around the corner, so we'll see what happens with that, man. Thanks for stopping by once again. Please subscribe to the channel, man. Hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna keep posting boxing, man. Boxing is on fire at the moment, man, and you'll be seeing a lot more videos from me, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for stopping by, and peace. Have a great day, man. God bless.